Breaking news about Social Security. A hidden payment code known only to insiders is now surfacing, and most seniors have absolutely no idea what it means. It's called Code 92. If you've been receiving Social Security or you're about to file, listen carefully because this tiny number buried deep inside your benefit statement could mean hundreds, maybe even thousands of dollars you were never told about. Across the country, retirees are talking. Some have spotted strange notations on their statements. Others have received unexpected deposits from the Social Security Administration, extra money labeled only with one mysterious phrase, Code 92. No official press release, no public warning, no letter explaining why, just the code and the money. Now here's the wild part. Financial experts and former SSA employees are quietly confirming that Code 92 isn't just another clerical tag. It's part of an internal reprocessing system that tracks special adjustments, sometimes linked to underpayments, late cost of living corrections, or hidden benefit recalculations. In plain English, you could be owed more than you think and no one's telling you. Think about it. For decades, Social Security has been the lifeline for America's seniors. You work your whole life, pay in with every paycheck, and trust that the system will take care of you. But behind the scenes, there are codes, formulas, and classifications the public never sees. Now, one of those codes, Code 92, is finally getting attention, and what it reveals could change how millions of Americans view their benefits forever. Because if even a small percentage of retirees have been underpaid and the government is quietly issuing corrections, that's not just a glitch. That's a bombshell. The big question is, who qualifies for this mysterious Code 92 payment? How do you find out if you're one of them? And why has no one in Washington said a single word about it? We dug into the documents. We looked at real cases. And what we found might surprise you. Stay with me because in the next few minutes, I'm breaking down exactly what Code 92 means, who it affects, and what steps you should take right now before your next payment arrives. Now, let's start from the beginning. What this code really is and why it's showing up right now. To understand what's really going on, we need to talk about how Social Security payments are tracked. Every deposit you receive from the Social Security Administration carries a hidden layer of information. These are called processing codes. They're internal markers that tell the system why you're getting that payment, how it was calculated, and if it includes any adjustments. Most people never see these codes, and they're rarely explained. They're buried in the SSA's back-end systems, the kind of technical stuff only claims specialists and auditors ever read. But sometimes, these codes show up on payment statements or benefit letters, and that's where Code 92 comes in. Here's what we've uncovered. Code 92 is linked to something the SSA calls retroactive benefit reconciliation. In simple terms, it's the AY's way of catching up when they realize someone was underpaid. Sometimes by accident, sometimes because of a delayed recalculation, or even a new law that changes benefit formulas. In 2024, the SSA began a quiet internal review after multiple cost of living adjustments didn't sync properly with certain benefit categories, especially for widows, disability conversions, and people who switched from early retirement to full retirement benefits. That review triggered what insiders now refer to as the Code 92 sweep. Here's a real-world example. Mary Johnson from Tulsa, Oklahoma, retired in 2018. For years, she received $1,642 a month. Nothing changed until one morning in July, she checked her bank account and saw an extra $428. Deposit. The note on her SSA payment record simply read, Code 92. Confused, she called her local Social Security office. The representative told her it was a correction due to recalculated benefit amounts, but couldn't explain more. No letter, no breakdown, nothing. A week later, another retiree in Florida reported the same thing. Then a veteran in Texas. Each time, a quiet deposit. No explanation, just 92. So, what's really happening? According to internal documentation reviewed by financial analysts, Code 92 refers to a category of post payment adjustments tied to underpaid benefits. In some cases, it's a one time payment. In others, it permanently increases the monthly benefit. Now, before you get too excited, here's the catch. The SSA doesn't automatically notify every eligible person. Some adjustments are triggered only when a case is manually reviewed. For instance, when you file an appeal, report a missing COA increase, or correct your earnings record. In other words, the system might owe you money and never tell you unless you ask. So, why haven't you heard about it before? Because 92 is not a public program. It's not a new law or a benefit tier. It's an internal accounting classification. But right now, it's being activated more frequently because of inflation related recalculations and new software updates inside SSA's payment system. Analysts say the code 92 wave started showing up more often in early 2024, right after the agency announced its first system wide recalibration in over a decade. Some payments date back as far as 2015, meaning seniors who were underpaid for years might suddenly be due back pay. If that sounds complicated, it is. But here's the takeaway. If you've noticed even small changes in your Social Security deposits, like a few extra dollars one month or a deposit that doesn't match your usual payment date, it might not be a glitch. It could be part of this exact process. Now, this next part is where things really start to hit home, because if Code 92 is real, and it is, then millions of retirees might have money waiting for them, sitting in the system, unclaimed and unnoticed. And here's the question every senior should be asking right now. How does this affect you? Could you be one of the people missing out on hundreds or even thousands of dollars? What this really means for you. If you're collecting Social Security right now or planning to start soon, Code 92 could make a real difference in your pocket because this isn't just a technical note buried in the SSA's computer system. It's tied directly to real money, and in some cases, life-changing amounts. Here's what's happening behind the scenes. When the Social Security Administration runs its annual reviews, it sometimes finds that certain accounts were underpaid. Maybe a cost of living adjustment wasn't applied correctly. Maybe your earnings record wasn't updated after you filed taxes. Or maybe your benefits were calculated before a new law or data correction took effect. When that happens, the system triggers a reprocessing order, and that's where Code 92 appears. It flags your file for benefit correction or retroactive reconciliation. That's government language for "we owe you money." And here's the shocking part. According to estimates from financial watchdogs, more than 1.4 million Americans could currently qualify for some form of adjustment. That's not a fringe group. That's roughly 1 in every 20 retirees. Imagine that. 1 in 20 seniors possibly missing out on payments they've already earned. Take this example. James Porter, a retired firefighter from Michigan, spent years living on $1,725 a month. Tight budget, fixed income. Then last month he got a letter that didn't look like much, just a standard SSA notice. But tucked inside was a small line that read Code 92, his new monthly benefit. $1,889. That's a $164 monthly increase, almost $2,000 a year, just sitting there waiting for him to claim. And here's the heartbreaking part. Many retirees never see that money because they don't know to look. Some don't check their SSA account online. Others assume every deposit is final and correct. But as we're seeing now, that assumption could be costing seniors thousands. Inflation has already hit older Americans hard. Food, gas, rent, health care, everything's more expensive. The average Social Security check is about $1,975 a month in 2025. But when you factor in cost of living increases, missed pay-me NTS, and benefit recalculations, even a small error, say 2%, adds up fast. That's over $450 a year gone. And if that error stretches over multiple years, you could be looking at several $1,000s missing from your lifetime benefits. And that's why Code 92 matters. It's not just about a label. It's about fairness. It's about making sure people who built this country, who paid in for decades, actually get what they've earned. Now, before you assume this only affects a few cases, listen closely. 92 adjustments have been confirmed in multiple benefit categories: retirement, survivor, and even disability. Some are tied to delayed COLA increases, others to wage corrections or spouse benefit recalculations. In one case from North Carolina, a widow named Teresa received a $612 payment out of nowhere. When she called SSA, she was told it was an automatic correction due to data reconciliation. She asked what that meant. The representative hesitated, then said, "It's a Code 92 adjustment." So, how do you know if you qualify? Here's the thing: the SSA won't send you a letter titled, "You're eligible for Code 92." They'll never call you and tell you. The only way to know is to check your account or your payment history yourself. Look at your direct deposit notices. Check your benefit letters, log into ssa.go.gv/myaccount, and review your recent payments. If you see any notation, code, or unexplained increase, don't ignore it. That could be your sign. Even if you don't see the code directly, any sudden adjustment or irregular deposit could mean your case was processed under Code 92 internally. And here's something even more important: there's a time window. Some adjustments only apply within a 12-month correction period, meaning if you don't report discrepancies in time, that money can be locked away permanently. Think about that. The system could owe you money, but unless you check and act, it could expire. This is your retirement, your security, your peace of mind. And that's why it's crucial to act now, because what happens next could surprise you and potentially put real money back into your account. Now let's go over the exact steps you can take today to check for Code 92 and make sure you're not missing out. What you need to do right now. Step 1, go to ssa.gov/myacount. Log in or create your Social Security account if you haven't already. Once you're in, click on your payment history. Look at every deposit from the past 12 months. If you see a payment that's slightly different, a code or a number like 92, make a note of it. Step 2, check your official benefit letters. You can download them directly from your online account. Look carefully at the fine print near your benefit type, payment reason, or any line labeled adjustment, recalculation, or retroactive correction. Step 3, if something doesn't add up, don't wait. Call the Social Security Administration directly at 1-800-772-1213. That's the official SSA helpline. Ask the representative if there's been a recalculation or benefit correction on your account. Mention Code 92 and see what they say. Step 4, mark your calendar. The next major cost of living adjustment update hits in January 2025. And when that happens, the SSA will run another system-wide reconciliation. That's when many of these Code 92 payments could show up again. If you've ever suspected you were underpaid, or if your benefits didn't rise the way you expected after a COA increase, that's the perfect time to double-check. Don't assume the system will notify you. You need to be proactive. Remember, these payments are retroactive corrections, not handouts. This is money you already earned. Now, listen, I know Social Security can feel complicated. The paperwork, the numbers, the endless codes, it's overwhelming. But here's the truth: you've spent your entire life working, contributing, paying into this system. You deserve every cent that's yours. And if Code 92 means even one missed payment is finally being corrected, that's a win. You've done your part, you've paid your taxes, you've earned these benefits. Now it's time to make sure you're getting all of them. So do this for yourself or for someone you care about. Check your account, make the call, get the clarity you deserve, because when it comes to Social Security, no one is going to fight for your money like you can. And if you found this information helpful, don't keep it to yourself. Share this video with your family, your parents, your friends. So many seniors are in the dark about what's really going on. Let's make sure they're not left behind. And before you go, make sure you hit subscribe and turn on that notification bell. I'll keep breaking down every new update, every hidden policy, and every financial change that affects your benefits, your savings, and your future. Remember, Stay informed, stay empowered, and don't let the system forget you. You've earned it, you deserve it, and now you know the secret behind Social Security's code 92. I'll see you in the next update.